Hi guys, welcome to Mystery Diagnosis.
But that fall, after finishing her usual route, Kathy notices an unusual pain in her leg.
My ankles were really swollen.
And when Kathy wakes up, her ankles are back to normal. And she and Bernard set off on their bikes. But just
I don't
20
think
minutes
so.
into the ride, the pain and swelling return.
That's what I thought.
My legs were aching.
Then, when she least expects it, a strange new symptom begins to emerge in the fall of 2001.
One morning after a shower, I noticed I had a rash on my leg. It was an intense itching. I thought maybe it was some sort of an allergic reaction. I would get these blisters, bigger than quarters, all over the tops of my feet. Whenever I would bend my leg, then that would crack and pus would ooze out.
Her legs would seep. She would be in such pain and discomfort that she could just barely walk.
I would wake up, bloody sheets, oozy sheets, sticky sheets. Legs were a mess.
Poor
It was
thing.
horrible. He prescribed a cream for the rash. It just didn't work. I still had to wear the compression stockings. That was really hard. Very often, my legs would bleed
That
and
must be
ooze.
embarrassing and
The
painful.
stocking then would become stuck to my skin. The dermatologist recommended a complete change of medication.
Kathy begins to drop a few pounds.
A tumor?
At first, she's pleased, but not for long.
I started losing weight rather rapidly. It was small increments, but then it became pretty dramatic.
During about a 3-year period, Cassie gradually went from being a very robust 150, 155 pounds to maybe 120. And then she went to 115. Then she went to 110. Then she went to 105. To the point that eventually she, at her lowest point, weighed 95 pounds, and she was just a skeleton.
She looked white as a ghost.
I don't
She
see
was
that.
just skin and bones.
I just felt, all of a sudden, very weak. I was tired, too. I was taking naps after school, and then also going to bed very early at night.
My mom would call out of work to go see a doctor 2-3 times a week.
She realized that she had to retire.
But it's not a retirement she can enjoy.
A lot of my days were spent on the sofa. Bernard took on a lot of extra responsibilities,
Good for
like
him.
the laundry, cooking.
Shows he cares.
She really became much more reclusive. It was difficult for her to get up and walk more than a few steps.
I had gotten so thin and so bony that I had to carry a pillow with me when I sat down anywhere because it hurt. My bones were all that was left of me.
The doctor sends Kathy to a local hospital for a full-body CAT scan. And when the findings come in, she's completely taken aback. There's a mass the size of a baseball growing in her abdomen.
And thought they saw something on the tail of my pancreas.
It's a glucagonoma.
Based on the results of the blood test and the CAT scan of her abdomen, we confirmed that Kathy had a glucagonoma.
A glucagonoma is an extremely rare tumor that grows on the pancreas. In a healthy individual, the pancreas secretes the hormone glucagon to help maintain blood sugar levels. But in patients like Kathy, for unknown reasons, the tumor constantly secretes glucagon regardless of blood sugar amounts. wreaking havoc on almost every system. And surgery is the only way to stop the disease.
So right before they put me under, I told Bernard, I love you,
That's sweet.
and I'm going to be okay.
I usually don't like doing the love story
The
part, but
wait is
occasionally I will.
excruciating. But 4 long hours
It
later,
depends on
Dr.
the
Kennedy
people
finally
in
emerges
the
from the
show.
OR.
The results of the surgery were great for Kathy. There was no evidence that the tumor had spread anywhere.
That's great.
So we were able to remove the tumor in its entirety.
We were just overjoyed.
From the time her tumor was removed, she started to get better. There was no additional treatment.
And less than a month after the surgery, Dr. Kennedy has more good news for Kathy.
Her diabetes had disappeared as well, so
That's
every
wonderful.
single symptom that she had had was gone.
If you haven't figured out what I'm drawing is my depression. If you haven't figured out I'm drawing depression, I still struggle with it, and I know it will always be a part of me, but it lessened as I got older. As for the conflicting words like ugly, I'm pretty, that's just my brain fighting back. And the gray's like brain fog where you can't really concentrate. And I got used to mine, so I'm not really gonna show sadness that often. I just am more not like I'm smiling. So it just seems like I'm fine. Which I am now. I drew it that way to show sadness on the inside, but it looks happy to everyone else. I had fun making this. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.